Okay, hey, all of you biologists out there. Hope you're having a nice Thursday so far, or maybe you haven't started it yet because you're still in bed. I'm taking a look at our lesson plans, and today we're going to watch a little ecological relationship video that will be attached. But right now we're going to do our energy roles worksheet, and this will be attached too for you to do right along with me. So I am going to put my name on it. So in case I take a picture of it, Ms. Fagundes can see who it belongs to. So let's just do Rusty Pipes is my name. All right, so let's take a look at this word food web and go over here to the directions. It says, draw arrows to show the feeding relationships. Remember what I said, it was very important the way that the arrows point. When you have a biology test, whenever, that the arrows show the energy flow. And no energy goes from a plant to the sun. Energy goes from the sun to the plant. You probably can pause or finish this. I think the plant might go to both this and to this grasshopper. I think both of these might feed the mouse. I think frogs also eat bugs. I think snakes eat this. And, oops, sorry about that. And they also eat frogs. And I think birds of prey will eat frogs and they will eat snakes. And believe it or not, I know that they eat bugs as well. I don't know how we would be able to get without overlapping. Doing owl pellets have definitely taught me that. And, oh, definitely mice too. Let's go over here. So there's quite a lot of energy flowing in this particular food web. And I am going to go back and just to make this a little bit more interesting to look at, I'm going to go ahead and add some color. Usually when we talk about life science or biology or anything, we associate it with the color green, probably because we have plants at the beginning, the first what they call trophic level. And you could feel free to color anything if you want, but that's a food web. Okay, so this is something we're going to do in a little bit more detail tomorrow. This idea of a symbiotic relationship. Remember, when you see that word bio, it must mean something to do with life. So let's see if we could read this. A blank relationship between something different, blank, in which one or both. Okay. So I think this is going to be a little bit different than predator and prey. Predator and prey isn't here. The video I'm going to show you talks about ecological relationships. Predator and prey, I don't know whether I'd call that a relationship because it's over pretty fast. So this is an ongoing or long term. I'm going to do long term relationship between two different species in which one or both get something, but I am going to write the word benefit. I'm going to check something here. I wonder if it's just stop or pause. I did not know whether or not the video was better with the lights on or off. Okay, so I'm going to just go through here. Once again, I might add some color merely to make this a little bit more interesting to look at. He's a Hubbard person, so he's wearing all blue. Go Eagles. And maybe when you are studying later or answering a question about this, you will recall when you were coloring it. Might help you remember a little. Oops. Okay. So let's see, it says identify the following symbiotic relationships. So remember, there were three, let me see if I get a little closer. There were three types of symbiotic relationships. There was commensalism, mutualism, and parasitism. So let's look at the first one. A flea lives on the skin of a dog and feeds on its blood. So we have a flea getting something and the dog getting harmed. Okay, so I'm going to write this is parasitism. And just so you can connect it to what tomorrow lesson's going to be, I'm going to say the flea gets something, that's the plus, but the dog gets harmed. I'm going to make that a minus. Okay, over here we have aphids produce a sugary food for the ants. In exchange, ants care for and protect the aphids from predators and parasites. So we're both getting something here. So the aphids get something, and it seems like, where's the word ants? And the ants get something. So they're doing this for the mutual benefit. If you look up for the word mutual, it means sort of both of us. So mutualism. And then the last one, tree frogs will use large plants for shelter and protection from the rain. So this frog is getting something, but I don't know whether the plants really care whether they are there or not. So definitely the frog is getting something. So let's see, the tree frog, yes, and the plants couldn't care less. So I'm going to put a 0 here. They could be there, frogs could be there, frogs could not be there. So this is something called commensalism. I always sort of say it like we have something in common. Okay, now these are energy roles. Ooh. Define and draw the following concepts. Predator to prey. See, now here, this paper, which is not one of mine, to me, this arrow is wrong. The arrow should go this way. Where's that energy going? So let's see if we can, and it says to draw and define these concepts. So a producer is an organism that makes or produces its own food. Now it says here to draw, so I am going to draw a green plant. Not very well, but I'm going to. Chlorophyll allows the plant to do that. A consumer is an organism that obtains energy. You could write food there too, from feeding on other organisms, because you are a consumer, whether you're an herbivore, a carnivore, or an omnivore. So I'm just going to give a frog, because I'm just going to look at some of these pictures. Maybe this, ooh, a snake would be easy. Let's try to draw a snake. Sure it is, Miss Fagundes. Okay. So any consumer that eats another, a decomposer is an organism that breaks down dead animals or dead matter, I guess, and waste. I guess I shouldn't have written animals there because I know that decomposer is also dead. So let's write organisms here. I'm always afraid I'm going to, yeah, dead organisms. So, oh, let's draw some weird looking, can you remember some bacteria? It's usually so small we can't even see it. You can also draw some mushrooms. So an herbivore is an animal that, I'm going to make a big word here since I messed up that one. I'm going to write consumes only plants. So let's see, let's draw a little, maybe I'm going to draw this guy up here. The better artist you are, you can draw, let's see, what's some other herbivores that you know, maybe deer. There's a bunch in your book. I'm just going to draw eat only plants. A carnivore is an animal that consumes other animals. And you know my favorite one. I'm going to draw, boom, boom. Let's see, I know that they, oh, this is not a T-Rex. This is actually supposed to be a shark. Boy, that is one bad shark. But if I draw really bad, I usually. And then an omnivore is a consumer, an animal that eats both animals and plants. So I am going to draw me. In fact, I think most humans are omnivores. Not all, but most are. And you guys, I miss you so much. I think I'm going to see if I can have Miss Cup show me how to, she does it so that you could see her face in the corner, even though this is really bothering me. So I am going to, I don't know what we're supposed to do here. No, predator and prey goes over here. Wrong, 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 wrong. The energy flow. Bothers me greatly. It bothers me because a lot of kids used to miss that. In fact, I saw a test question one time, and the only difference between two of the multiple choice questions was where the arrow goes. There's such a variety of ways that they show you food and energy flow. I kind of want to show you, like, we have these kind, Look at this here. The only difference here on this test question really is, oh, that's not it. Okay. Where the apex is. I want to see if I can find it in here, but they kind of show you so many different ways that you could see a food web. And looking for that weird one that they just, like over here, the fact that mice are pointing down here, you know that the energy is going this way, so soil bacteria must be the decomposer. I don't know if I have a copy of that one anywhere, but I just remember saying what was wrong with this. Maybe it was, no, it wasn't this one. Maybe they caught on the sun going here and the grain. So here it is, B and C. Let me show you. I'll just see if I can zoom in. That which one of these two, which list best shows the transfer of energy? So you see that the way the arrows are going really kind of matters. Is there two that are, the sun goes to the grain, and here the grain goes to the sun, grain, mouse, snake. So does the sun, mouse, so it's sort of like if you don't follow the energy flow. So looking at these, you should know that it starts with the sun, so it's C or D. We don't have to look at these, but the sun goes to plants, not to a mouse, because a mouse is a consumer. But you could see here that, so this would make this one the right answer, sun, grain, mouse, snake. But this one is sort of the same organisms. The only thing different is how the arrows work. But so, and I never know from one year to the next what they're going to do. So I think that's an important concept. So, all right. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday. We're going to watch the video from the Amoeba Sisters after you do this one, because that's going to lead us into sort of, we're going to do a similar paper like this for symbiosis to get in a little bit more detail. I'm going to take my 5th grade science folder and I am going to put it in there. So that's just going to help me once again knowing that this is actually the one we're going to do tomorrow. I have my notes, I have my activities, everything that we did. Remember way back then? Okay, that's all in there. So we know what's there. So, all right, have a great Thursday, guys.